See, that's what happens when you don't have a conscious life purpose. Now you might say, well, Leo, having a conscious life purpose, this is a luxury. This is only something you can afford once you have lots of money. In a certain sense, yes, but in a certain sense, no. The problem is that, yes, if you're so strapped for money that you need money tomorrow to pay your electric bill, otherwise your kids are going to be sitting there in the dark. Yeah, this life purpose is not going to work for you because you can't create a life purpose in a day or even in a year. So you do need to have enough savings and backup capital to kind of hold yourself over for a while you build out your life purpose. This is a long-term plan, but that's also why it's valuable. You see, if you could do it so quickly, then it wouldn't really be valuable. So just take that into account. But also, if you have this mentality that life purpose is just this luxury that only the rich people can afford, you're not really understanding this. This is not about. This is really sort of a spiritual stance that you take. This is not about a luxury. Like, oh yeah, I just want to have some. It's a luxury to have work that I enjoy doing. Don't think of this as a luxury. This is not a luxury. The proper mindset here is to think that this is why I'm alive. Why am I alive? I'm not alive to be a tool to earn money to pay my electric bills. That's not why I'm alive. I'm alive for some deeper reason. And that reason, I can't allow myself to sell myself out. I can't sell that reason. I can't just say, oh, okay, well, you're going to pay me $100,000 to sell penis pills on Facebook. Okay, yeah, I'll forget all about my, the purpose of my life, and I'll just go sell penis pills on Facebook. See, if you do that, you've sold your soul to the devil. Now, I'm not even saying there's anything inherently wrong with selling penis pills on Facebook, especially if that's part of your way of ultimately reaching towards a life purpose. There's nothing wrong with that. So, for example, in the way that I started my life purpose is I knew that I couldn't just immediately jump into it. I had to bootstrap it. So I actually went and I worked in a business. The first business that I started was not a business that I really enjoyed. And you might say, aha, Leo, that makes you a hypocrite. No, it doesn't make me a hypocrite. That was strategic. I told myself from the beginning that I'm going to do this work that I don't enjoy for the next 3 or 4 years. I'm going to build up capital. Then I'm going to use that to quit that work that I don't enjoy. And then for the rest of my life, then I will be doing my life purpose. And that's exactly what I did. And that can be necessary. Sometimes it's not so easy that it's like, oh, well, I'll just take Leo's course and then I'll find my life purpose. And then I'll go and I'll become a famous music producer or a successful artist or whatever. No, if only it was that easy. You might have to do work that you don't like for a certain number of years just to earn the right to live a life of purpose. You see, unfortunately today, the way our society is structured under capitalism, we live under wage slavery. The majority of us do. Not me personally. I've been a non-wage slave for 10 years now. But I have worked as a wage slave for 1 year. I hated it so much that I was so motivated to quit that job and to become a non-wage slave that it didn't take me very long to do it. It took me about 6 months to do it. It'll probably take most of you longer. And I was lucky in certain respects, and I had certain privileges that many people don't have, frankly. But nevertheless, I think it's worth working towards. Even, look at this, if you're feeling bad in your life right now, and you feel like you're stuck in a dead-end job, and you feel like you don't even have a prospect, you don't even know how you might become that artist or that musician or whoever you want to become, doing something that you're passionate about, and that feels so hopeless to you, here's the hope. The hope is that you can spend the next 5 years working towards getting yourself out of wage slavery. And then by that point, you'll have a clearer picture of exactly what your passion is, because right now you're probably not even clear what you would do. If I gave you $100 million right now and told you, go do your passion, you probably wouldn't be able to do it, simply because you don't have the skills. You don't even have the clarity of vision of what it is that you would be doing with that $100 million. You'd probably just waste it on drugs and hookers and whatever else, some expensive house. So the hope is that you can spend the next 5 years consciously breaking free of wage slavery for the purpose of, so that in the future, for the next 30, 40, 50 years of your life, you can live as a non-wage slave and have the freedom to create the kind of meaningful life that you want. So in that sense, money is important. I am not one of these spiritual people that says that, oh, money is unimportant and it's irrelevant and it's the root of all evil. No, money is a resource. It's important how money is distributed. One of the problems we have in society right now is the way money is distributed. It's so skewed towards the top. The majority of people don't have enough breathing room and they're stuck as wage slaves. See my episode, How to Escape Wage Slavery, by the way, which will dovetail nicely with this conversation. And so because of this capitalist system, basically the majority of mankind's potential is pissed down the toilet because they don't have enough money even to give them the freedom to take a year off, for example, from their work to figure out their life purpose and have a little bit of starting capital to get it off the ground. See, most people are under so much debt, credit card debt and other sorts of debt, that they have no hope of doing this. It'll take them 5 or 10 years just to work their way out of wage slavery. But you know what? That's better than being a wage slave for the next 40 years. So rather than just accepting it, I recommend that you make one final push to break free. Set the goal to not be a wage slave, and that in 5 or 10 years, you're going to achieve that goal. And then also you're going to find your life purpose, and then you're going to create a life aligned with that life purpose, and you will never sell out to anybody again from that point on. And that will have been your arc, your growth curve, is that the next 10 years will be you outgrowing wage slavery, learning how to do that, by taking a lot of responsibility to begin with for your life, developing the skills, the vision, the reading the right books, going to the right courses and seminars and trainings to develop all that, developing some expertise so that you can actually offer value to the world. And then, so what you have to look forward here is that in 10 years' time, you can be working on something that you find deeply meaningful and passionate, that you're passionate about.